Hi, thank you for watching us here at Tax Talk UK. Today I'm going to talk about filing, following on from our information that we presented on record keeping. We've been asked if we could give some insight into this. Before we do, if I could please ask you to take a moment to subscribe to our channel. That way you'll easily be able to refer back to the information if you need to, as well as easily find our other information that we have on a whole wide range of topics. And if you want to be notified when we upload new content, then you should also turn on the notifications. Thank you. On to filing then. So yes, as I mentioned, we recently did some guidance on record keeping, and we were specifically asked what is the best method of filing. So in a nutshell, my answer would be there isn't really a best method. The best way to decide the best method for you is to look at when you will want to be accessing the information, and that should help you to decide the best way of filing. So really, I would say the best method of filing is the method that means that you can find what you're looking for in the most logical and quickest way. Now, all of our minds work slightly differently, and we all work in different ways. So each of our logic will be different. So what is logical to one person may not be logical to another person. So you don't want to have necessarily some completely sort of far out and complex method of filing that means that nobody else can ever understand this. But you know, some sort of like basic is to maybe file in date order, or in supplier order, or in alphabetical order. So some people might, if they go for the supplier order or the alphabetical order, they might go for a combination of big suppliers who use a lot, may have their own section. And within that, they may be filed within date order. So if you find that you're regularly looking back for certain suppliers' invoices because you want to see how much they charged you last time, or what you ordered from them previously, and so you're specifically regularly looking for the same suppliers, then you want to have them in some sort of order that groups the whole supplier together. If you're looking for that and they're all in date order, then you're going to be sort of having to flick through the whole lot to find it. If you're regularly looking to see the invoices that you spent out in a particular month, then you may want those specifically in date order. So that's what I would say to you, is just think about the what is the most logical for you, because it's your filing system. You're the one that's going to have to be able to find things. Now, just let's talk about digital filing, because of course we are very much entering the digital era, and there are a lot of resources available for to help you with your MTD software, for example, which will hold a copy, a digital copy of your invoice, for example, within the software. So that's excellent, and of course that helps you to like save on storage space. But I just would have a word of caution on this, that if you are subscribing to a software and that is the only place that you hold your records digitally, and you haven't kept the paper copies as well, then that means that you are committed to keep the subscription. What often happens is, if you decide to, say, transfer software or stop using a software, you will often have read-only access for, say, a period of 12 months, which seems quite a long time, but a lot of records you have to hold for 6 years, for example. So the last thing that you want to happen is to be committed to keep paying for software just because the records are held in there. So if you are going to rely on the digital holding, then download them to your own device as well. Or if you're comfortable and you understand the implications of only keeping them digitally, then of course that's fine, but it's just something really to bear in mind. So I hope that answers the question on how is the best way to do filing, and explains that, you know, really think about how what order you would expect to find invoices, for example, filed in, and as long as it's clear. Obviously, if you're, for example, sending your files onto say a bookkeeper or an accountant for your year end, then again you want to make sure that they can understand your filing system. But ultimately you're going to be probably the one that's most going to be trying to find something in your files, and as I say, if you're going to rely on digital software, just remember that if your subscription ends, you won't have unlimited access forever. So just bear that in mind too. So I hope that helps you to keep all your paperwork in nice and tidy order. And just one thing that I forgot to say is, of course, if you're keeping paper filing in say A4 ring binders, just remember to label on the outside, and if you reuse the folder, change the label, because this is something that commonly people forget to do, and then all their efforts to keep their paperwork in order all get into a muddle, because you don't actually know if what it says on the outside is what is on the inside. So I hope this helps, and as always, thank you for watching, and just a reminder again, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Goodbye.